17-7 now. 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams has called time on her incredible career after bowing out of the US Open. Former ASB Classic director Carl Budge brought the tennis superstar to New Zealand shores and is with me now. Good morning.
Morning, Ryan.
Carl, first of all, do you think we've actually seen the last of her yet? Because she's only kind of hinted at, and just little bits here and there, hinted at the fact she might be going. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it is. I think if I've learned firsthand, if Serena makes up her mind about something, then it's usually pretty cemented. So, look, I think from a singles appearance at least, I think it'll be the last time you see her.
What do you mean by that? You've learnt firsthand about how decisive she can be.
Yeah, look, you don't get to create the legacy that she's had without being really strong in what you're doing and how you're going about it. So I think every decision Serena makes is made with a heap of confidence backed up behind it. And look, I think it's taken a long time for her to get to this decision. And I think watching those pictures the day before yesterday, I think she looked pretty content in the decision.
It's an incredible legacy that she'll leave behind. I want to talk about that in a second. But first, when she was here I think it was the last time she was here, a lot of talk about the wind on court. And you were obviously the organiser of this whole thing. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. You sort of sat back on the Sunday night before the tournament started thinking, you're in for the week of your career. And, a storm rolled through and players got knocked out, players withdrew with injury, and then there was a rather windy day, unfortunately. So look, it was a tough one all ways around. But I look back and think she just found out she was pregnant at that stage. She as an athlete chasing history at that stage. To find out you're pregnant and what that's going to mean for your career must have been a hell of a roller coaster emotionally. And so you sort of look back on it and go, I can understand a little bit of that. But also one of the coolest parts of that Serena story is she knew she probably hadn't done what she needed to do for us in Auckland, and I think it took us about 40 seconds to negotiate the next time we're coming back. She wanted to come back and make amends, and she came back and played every single day of the tournament, won singles, and was in the final in doubles with Caroline. So, I think we saw the best side of Serena that last time.
How much interaction do you have with these big superstars when they come as the event organiser?
Yeah, particularly Venus and Serena a lot. I've known them for 2 decades. I've sat in governance roles on the tour with them. Venus actually invited me to go to the Williams family reunion that they do every year in Florida. You've got to choreograph your own dance and songs, and it's a wild experience that I'm not sure I had enough confidence to go and do that, to be fair. But look, they're awesome people, and what they've done for the game, what they've done for sport, women's rights, women of colour rights, etc., has just been phenomenal. And there's athletes that come through and are great in their sport, and there's others that change it. And I think when I look at these two sisters, the world is a far better place for having had them do what they've done.
Yeah, absolutely, well said. Are you saying you didn't go to the Williams reunion and dance?
Yeah, I didn't go. It was one of those ones that I flirted with for quite a while, but I was quite happy to keep the relationship a little bit more professional, it's safe to say.
Terrible. You mentioned obviously the fact that these are incredible athletes and they have come from a place that no other tennis players of that calibre have come from before. What do you think will be their lasting legacy on the game?
Oh, look, I think the reason there's equal pay on the WTA tour is really because of Venus Williams, and so their legacy goes so far beyond their playing legacy. I'm not sure that you'll see another Serena Williams come through, someone that was just so dominant. I saw a stat on ESPN yesterday that when she won her first Grand Slam, Tom Brady hadn't thrown his first college football touchdown. LeBron James hadn't yet to make his high school college team. And so when you put that into perspective, those are 2 other guys you probably put in the great category. And they hadn't even started playing their trade when Serena first won her tournament. And so, look, their legacy is absolutely phenomenal. She's spent the most weeks at world number 1. She's equalled Steffi in terms of the most Grand Slams. The Margaret Court one's always an interesting one. Margaret Court got one more Grand Slam than Serena, but 11 of those came at the Australian Open long before the Australian Open is what it is today. So I'm not too sure that that there's anyone that could claim to be better than Serena Williams, and it's been a privilege to stand by and watch that career blossom.
Yeah, which makes the dancing thing a greater missed opportunity than when we started the interview. International Sports Event Director Carl Budge. Carl, thanks, mate.
No worries, guys. Thank you.